Today I'm ranking edits from our community and we got over 200 submissions. Some of these are shockingly good and some of this I'm really sorry. Okay, so before I give you the score, let me show you exactly how I'm judging this. There are 5 criteria: sound design, motion graphics, typography, overall sense of branding and pacing. 20 points each, 100 in total. So let's get into it. So the first submission is from Aryan Srivastav. He is a fresher and he edited this in DaVinci. So let's see. One important thing when you're putting out content in social media, pacing has to be quite fast. At least the first 3 seconds has to be like really good. This I felt was very flat and very slow. One of the thing you did not care about was the safety margins, right? As you can see, this is very close to the edge and this is also very close to the edge. This is not going to work, honestly. See the text placement. One of the most important thing is where you guide the eye, right? It's supposed to be somewhere around here. It's quite changing throughout the video. This font is also not pairing very well with the last font that you used. See, the problem is first you made me look in the center, then you made me look in the corner, and then you made me look again at the center. You're making me switch where I look, which is a problem. Most of the content, if you see online, is around the center. So basically the easiest cheat code is to think of like a grid and try to keep it in the center. Something like this. Sound design, there's no sound design. So I will just give it like a 2. Sense of branding, 0. Probably since he's a fresher, very new to this, so probably I will give Aryan's in the D category. But I'm definitely looking forward to what Aryan's can make in a year. Next is Muhammad Sharif. So he says that he is also fresher. Everyone just says fresher. Is it because they want to flex? This is a post, so I can barely see what's going on.
Darkness of the night, kill me softly like you want me tonight. Oh yeah, you turn me up.
I like the later 50%, but the first 50% lacks the clarity because like, hey, what am I watching and why am I watching? There's no typography and other stuff, so I can't comment on that. Could have been a little bit more engaging. 90% of the problem that people have is actually sound design. From a storytelling perspective, the sound does not go from transition from a particular mood to another mood. It's like a very flat, you can kind of expect what's coming up. This is definitely not B because there was some story to it. I will put Muhammad Sharif in C tier. So I'm keeping the A and S tier for motion graphics because I'm still yet to see any good motion graphics work. And honestly, the biggest issue here is the sound design. Wrong SFX, music not syncing. I mean, it's just killing the whole vibe. And this is actually the most common mistake that every beginner editor makes. If you want to fix this, I personally use Epidemic Sound, but it's not just about its music library. There are 2 advanced AI features that has genuinely changed how I work with sound. First, Assistant. It's like chatting with a music supervisor who actually gets your project. You just describe what you need, the vibe, the mood, the emotion you want, and it suggests tracks that actually match. So if you need energetic hip hop for a fast-paced edit, I open Assistant, explain the project, and boom, curated list ready to go. No endless scrolling, no guessing, just results. Second one is the adapt feature, and here's where it gets really interesting. Let's say Assistant finds you a track that's 80% there, but not perfect. Maybe the intro needs different energy. Maybe you want it to feel more cinematic or more regional. Normally you would move on and keep searching. With adapt, you don't even have to. You select the track, go into adapt and literally reshape it. Want electric guitar in the intro? Just type it in. Want it to sound purely Indian? Describe the style and hit adapt. The mood, the vibe, it shifts exactly how you want. See, as editors, we are not musicians, right? But with these tools, you get to think like one. Link, you know where to find it, and do not forget to use code SOMRAT50 for 50% off from your first 2 months. Alright, back to the edit. Okay, the next one is from Sai Krishna. And Sai Krishna also claims that he's a fresher. 1 year of experience in editing. He used Premiere Pro. Let's see his edit.
Films is easy, but making them, it's a complete different story. You have to write the script, make the storyboards, and get the shoot done. Make the music, and finally edit it. It is a long process, but if you love the process, you will definitely enjoy it. Bye.
previous edits did not feel like the creator has put a lot of thought into like actually shooting stuff. So brownie points for that. Pacing is like very flat, I felt. 2.5. Typography is good, but not as good as the last one. So let's give him like a 3. Motion graphics, there isn't too much going on. So probably like a 2. Sound design is actually pretty good. The choice of music was actually quite fitting because you see a lot of like percussion instruments background, and this is what we have also talked a lot about in our sound design video. If you haven't watched that, it's definitely worth watching it. If you're a beginner, there's a lot of high value stuff in that. That's quite fitting. So sound design, I would say he hasn't done SFX, so can't give him like a lot of points. But let's say 3. I will give him 3. Sense of branding, he's trying to play the GOGS game, but quite not there. So let's give him like 3. Overall, it's good attempt. I think he's very new to this and is doing this challenge, but the first 3 seconds is not very engaging. So it's like a flat image. Probably if he would have just, said those things while he was recording and then sort of put the text on that red portion and use different blend modes, that would look really nice. We have done that before and it actually is quite engaging. Where should we put? We have to put Sai in the C tier, and I'm looking forward where Sai Krishna lands after 1 year. So the next one is from someone called Sumin. Sumin also claimed that he's a fresher and he knows both Premiere Pro and After Effects. First 30 seconds is what I'm gonna watch.
को 8-10 घंटे बैठ के पढ़ना आता है जब जोर पड़ता है, तो बस परेशानी ये हो रही है कि उसको हम पूरे साल नहीं कर पा रहे, या जो भी हमारा एफर्ट है उसको हम लॉन्ग टर्म तक नहीं डाल पाते। मेजॉरिटी बच्चा जो मेहनत नहीं कर रहा होता है, उसके दिमाग में एक आइडेंटिटी बन जाता है, काफी सारा प्रूफ मिल चुका होता है उसे कि कैसे उसने पहले मेहनत नहीं करी है, चाहे वो आपके 10th 12th के मार्क्स हो गए या फिर आपके कॉलेज सेमेस्टर में लो CGPA हो गए। अगर आप आज से अपना एक 5 साल
This is like probably sample it for Aman Dattarwal. Aman Dattarwal hi tha na? Sorry, Aman, if I'm butchering your name. See, again, the work with typography is quite good. The problem is the placement, right? I'm confused. As an audience, I'm confused that should I look at the face or should I look here? So this is a hierarchical issue. This was a great opportunity. So the contrast between the subject and the background is quite high. So it was an excellent opportunity to put text right here. We used to do a lot of this stuff and it used to look really good. Again, there's a lot of hierarchical problems here. You have used the difference blend mode, which I will give you kudos point for because a lot of people don't know. It's one of the easiest hack to get that sort of, branded look. So what you could have done is like probably keep it more centered. The problem is a lot of people don't actually study design before getting into editing. So you don't know all of this stuff. There's almost no negative space and there's a lot of negative space in top and the bottom, right? What you could have done is instead of creating in a single line, you could have actually put this first part in the top and also put more weight to 85. So probably like 85. Then students ka kya problem aa raha hai? Problem can go next. It's not necessary that you have to put word by word every word, right? This is a problem here. And probably you have already used like a black gradient. That's quite nice. What you can also do is actually put the entire black layer and reduce the opacity to like 20-30%. That would also give more contrast. Also, one other thing is that this could have like a zoom effect because zoom out or zoom in transition, it would look more engaging. B-roll selection is actually quite good.
नहीं हो पा रहा है, मैं थोड़ा reality check दे दूंगा। It's a jungle.
Okay, the problem is the voice is not very well isolated with the sound design. Now, again, in my sound design tutorial, I told you how to do this really easily. Simple cheat code is to put a low pass into the music layer and try to play with the frequency so it does not overpower the actual voice.
कुछ शिकार बनेंगे.
And the selection of the sound is not very good. It feels very templatey, very stock. Probably he won't have the sound library subscription, so I won't take out any points for that. So overall, I would probably place him. Where should we put him, honestly? I'm thinking like B, but I don't know what more to expect. So I will put Sumin at C for now. So the next edit is by Pranjal Shukla. He says that he's also fresher. Let's go. This is probably Tarun's waiting assignment.
In a world driven by visual storytelling, video editing is the invisible.
So I really love the starting part because it's quite engaging. As you can see the world
In a
pushing
world
through.
driven by visual storytelling, video editing is the invisible art that shapes what we see.
Whoa, the work with typography is so bad. Till 4 seconds was
That
so
shapes
good.
what we see.
Light sweep effect does not make any sense in this.
Every cut, every transition is a choice.
This made no sense, right? This made absolutely no sense to put this footage. You could have put probably like a match cut. There was a really famous match cut in Everywhere All at Once. I forgot the movie name, but we have used it before.
Every transition is a choice. A decision that breeds.
Something is wrong with the audio here. Probably it's peaking to 0 decibel and above, so it's cutting off, so it's bad. He needs to improve his typography. See the contrast. Oh my god,
Is a choice. a decision
There's a lot of hierarchical issue. Like, should I look here or should I look here? So as a viewer, I'm confused.
that breathes life into raw footage. From filmmakers to content creators, mastering this craft turns a simple idea into a captivating narrative. Welcome to the world.
This is probably a template. He did not make this 100% because if you are very smart about using templates, you would know how to actually match the branding. Okay, so the intro I was quite happy with. I wanted to put it at B tier, but the pacing is a little flat. The typography is really bad. Motion graphics, not so good. Sound design could have been better, but sense of branding is like 0. So probably again, I will put this at, I don't know, I'm confused between C and D. So what should we do, guys? Let me know. Because Sai Krishna and Anudip's work was better than this. Let's put it at D. Okay, we have a lot more rates to go through. Next one is by Double Gen. Is this Telugu? I don't know. I have no idea. Okay, so this is in Kannada. Karthik will help us with judging this part. This got a lot of likes, so I'm probably assuming it's a good storytelling narrative.
ಜಾಬ್ನ ಕ್ವಿಟ್ ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಇದು ಸರಿನೋ ತಪ್ಪೋ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ. ಈ ಕೆಲಸ ಸಾಗುರು ನಂಗೇನೋ ಸ್ಯಾಟಿಸ್ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಸಿಕ್ತಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಅಂದಾಗ ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟಿಕ್ಯಾಲಿಟಿ ನೆನಪಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ಕಟ್ಬೇಕಾಗಿರೋ EMI, ಜವಾಬ್ದಾರಿಗಳು, ಇವಾಗ ಈ ರಿಸ್ಕ್ ಬೇಕಾ ಅನ್ನೋ ಕ್ವಶನ್ಸ್, ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ತಲೆ ನೋವಿದೆ. ಕೆಲವೊಮ್ಮೆ ಕಂಟೆಂಟ್ಗೆ ಅಂತ ಸ್ಕ್ರಿಪ್ಟ್ ಬರೀತೀನಿ, ಕೆಲವೊಮ್ಮೆ ಬೇರೆ ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟರ್ಸ್ ಎಷ್ಟು ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಕಂಟೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂತ ನೋಡಿ ಖುಷಿ ಪಡ್ತೀನಿ. ಮತ್ತೆ ಕೆಲವೊಮ್ಮೆ ರಿಸ್ಕ್ ಯಾಕೆ ಅಂತ ನನ್ನ ಕನ್ಸನ್ನು ನಾನೇ ಮುಚ್ತೀನಿ. ತುಂಬ ಫ್ರಸ್ಟ್ರೇಟ್ ಆಗಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ನನ್ನ ಕಂಟೆಂಟ್ ಕ್ರಿಯೇಷನ್ ಜರ್ನಿ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡೋದನ್ನ ಪುಷ್ ಮಾಡಿ ನಂಗೆ ಏನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಕ್ಲಾರಿಟಿ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಬಟ್ ಇನ್ನು ಮುಂದೆ ಹಾಗಾಗಲ್ಲ.
So probably saying this, he is this close to quitting his job and he quit the video. Actually, I really loved this video. Honestly, see, that's the thing. You don't need to be very flashy all the time to make a very good video. So this is a very narrative driven video, right? Storytelling iska bahut acha hai. Probably very high pointers on those. Pacing is also good because it's a nostalgic sort of emotional tone, and typography is, he used AI for the typography part, at least the bottom part.
ಏನೋ ಸ್ಯಾಟಿಸ್ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಸಿಕ್ತಿಲ್ಲ.
It's fine. By the way, 80% of people on social media platform watch video without the sounds on, so subtitles is quite necessary. One of the thing I really liked how expressive he was and the short variety.
ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟಿಕ್ಯಾಲಿಟಿ ನೆನಪಾಗುತ್ತೆ.
I love this sort of moving the frame below, and he's talking about his problems. So he used like the Dan Harmon story cycle. So first he was talking about his pain points and how he finally quit the job. I don't know if he used this subconsciously or not, but this is a very strong storytelling tool. I love the fact that he actually put a lot of focus into teaching the story with a lot of shots. It's an over the shoulder shot, then it's a close up shot, then he's like pondering. Honestly, this is B tier. As you can see, even with the right motion graphics and all, you can be at C, but with the right storytelling, if you have storytelling as a power, as a tool, then you can move to B. I will put this as B. So Dhaval, good job. Okay, so the next is by Jayant Pendyala. Knows Premiere Pro and After Effects.
పుట్టిన ప్రతి మనిషికి ఒక సైకాలజీ ఉంటుంది, ఒక పర్సనాలిటీ ఉంటుంది, సైకీ కూడా ఉంటుంది. వాట్ షేప్స్ ది సైకాలజీ ఆఫ్ అన్ ఇండివిజువల్?
జెనెటికల్, బయలాజికల్ అండ్ సైకలాజికల్. ఈ రోజు ఈ మూడిటి కంటే ఇంకొంచెం ఎక్స్ట్రాగా ఒకటి చెప్పాలంటే అదే సొసైటీ. బాడీలో డిఫరెంట్ టైప్ ఆఫ్ క్రేవింగ్స్ ఉంటాయి, లేకపోతే అడిక్షన్స్, అది ఆల్కహాల్, సిగరెట్, సంథింగ్. ఈ రోజుల్లో ఎక్కువ మంది స్టూడెంట్స్
యాజ్ ఏ సైకాలజిస్ట్ గా ఈ యూత్ మీద మీకున్న ఒక పాజిటివ్ ట్రెండ్ గానీ మీరు ఏం అబ్జర్వ్ చేశారో చెప్పండి.
ఈ జెన్ జనరేషన్ వాళ్ళలో వాళ్ళకున్నంత ఎబిలిటీస్ ముందు జనరేషన్స్ లేదు. అంటే రైట్ డైరెక్షన్ లో కంటే అది రాంగ్ డైరెక్షన్ లో ఎక్కువ వెళ్తుందని నేను నమ్ముతున్నాను. ఏ ట్రెండ్ స్టార్ట్ అయితే మన వాళ్ళు గొర్రెల్లాగా కళ్ళు మూసుకొని పోతా ఉంటారు. అది కరెక్టా తప్ప మంచా చెడ ఏం ఆలోచించరు.
యూత్ లో కామన్ గా కనిపించే ఒక పదం ఏంటంటే చాలా స్ట్రెస్ లో ఉన్నాను, డిప్రెషన్ లో ఉన్నాను. వాట్ ఎగ్జాక్ట్లీ ఇస్ డిప్రెషన్? ఇక్కడ భువనగిరి దగ్గర శ్రీనివాస్ రెడ్డి అని చెప్పేసి ఒక
Whoa. Okay, finally we're entering a category where people have started to become little professional. Actually pretty good. First of all, I will start with this.
పుట్టిన ప్రతి మనిషికి ఒక
Pacing is perfect. Like, if you see the number of average cuts, it's very short. So this is called ACD, average cut duration. It's basically what's the minimum duration between each cuts, right? If you don't know what I'm talking about, watch my last video and you will get some context. Okay, so cuts I loved. Sound design very good. Entering the territory where you transition from beginner to an intermediate. This is quite intermediate. The graphics choice is good. Branding is a little missing, but it's going somewhere. This is like, look at the camera zooms that it did. Like, this stuff is actually quite engaging, and there's a lot of motion blur in that also. So it moves through all of those pointers and then goes to the fourth pointer, which is a question mark. So it creates more intrigue. I think this is a podcast trailer and it's done actually quite well. So the B-roll selection is also good. I did not like the text selection here. It could have been a bolder font. So he tracked the text on his mouth. A lot of different techniques that he's using in this. Whenever he's putting the text, he's putting like a black mat to create more contrast. Obviously, he's playing the hierarchy game, not with the scale, but with color. All these B-rolls from the movies are actually quite fitting, I would say. Solid B tier. It was very close to A, but I think we need to reserve A for like even better stuff. So Jayant, really good stuff. This is by Naresh. He says 1 to 3 years of experience. Premiere After Effects DaVinci.
Jury London. Look at this man. What he's wearing. Looks like he's terrified. This was a time when cholera had no explanation. People didn't know how it spread. They didn't know how to stop it. So they tried to protect themselves in any way they could. Plants around the face, metal on the chest, water tied to the legs. Not science, fear. But one person chose questions over fear. His name was Jon Snow. During the mid-19th century, London, like much of the Europe, by repeated cholera outbreaks.
Okay, so Naresh actually did a documentary editing. It's honestly quite good. Usually these sort of videos are always like, does not have a hook. I mean, they have a hook, every video has a hook, but it's not very shock driven. It's more narrative driven. Use a lot of AI filmmaking. The branding is on point. Sound design is also quite good as it talks about cholera. So there's like a, sort of like a curious sound.
The face, metal on the...
Did also SFX in this. So he used infographics, which is, now we are having more fun, getting into the fun territory. Typography could have been better, but overall branding sense is also pretty good. Yeah, pacing is also quite fine. So this is definitely B tier. I'm really excited to see when he can move to A tier, like at least in 6 months if he pushes himself. Really great work. So this is by Akash Gupta.
We are Media Key, the best content agency that helps business owners scale with premium content. We are currently looking for full-time editors, and we are looking for the best of the best. Now, I know you might be wondering, well, how much do we pay? Well, it depends. It's anywhere from $500 a month to $2,000 a month. It depends on the task, your experience within the...
Interesting approach. The hook was nice. Sense of typography is really bad.
best content agency that helps...
Sound of branding is bad. Specifically, it's a short form content, so it has to be more engaging. Can you see the gap between this part of the UI to this part? It's not very polished. There's a lot of contrast issue in here. I don't know what MediaKey says, probably the Twitter username. You could have added a subtle shadow here.
Business owner scale with premium content.
So the sound effect is very annoying. You could have just put a simple zoom in, like a zoom in and zoom out to keep it more engaging.
$1,000
This is fine. Probably it's a template. There is zero contrast. You should have used like fatter fonts, fatter weights, probably, and use like white. Definitely lower the kerning. That's bad. Guys, if you are getting into motion design, please master design first. There's no negative space here. You could have done a lot of crazy work just putting text right around the edges of the host, but that was a missed opportunity. But yeah, Akash, C tier. Okay, so the next edit is by Aniket Ahirao.
2025 might be one of the worst years for so many customers. Some of you would have made great achievements, but majority of us faced it the whole year just like me. Even I started 2025 with health out of resolutions, had great ideas to execute but failed to take action on them. But if you watch this video till the end, I tell you the top 5 skills which you can learn in 2026 to make money, connection and more.
Okay, so this is an editor who has a lot of potential. I can see the potential where this is going, but it's quite not there. And I don't know if he's just editing the videos or he's also the host of the video. The host delivery is very flat. Specifically, you should know how to evoke certain emotions when you're saying, let's see.
2025 might be one of the worst years for so many customers. Some of you...
And it's not clear what he said the last word.
2025 might be one of the worst years for so many customers.
Let me deliver, okay. First, I will imitate how he delivered. 2025 must be one of the worst year for customers. How you should have delivered this? 2025 must have been one of the worst year that for the customers. Something like that. So you need to emphasize specific words that you're telling, and it should go in parallel with the emotion that you want to evoke in the audience, right? So that's missing.
Some of you would have made great achievements.
Brownie points for trying motion graphics.
But majority of us faced it the whole year just like me. Even I started 2025 with health out of resolutions. Had great...
So what he tried here is, definitely it's an After Effects work. Lot of deep glow, lot of Gaussian blur, something like that. Probably if you could have animated this or like little even zoomed in, it would have made more sense. Problem is like you could have just animated the character camera in and camera out at least.
Even I started content 25, had great ideas to execute, but
See, typography work is actually fine, but you had a great idea. Okay, I will try that viral format that even we use a lot to get across, but you could not figure out how to get across this problem. So just overlaid this, right? Okay, did you copy our font? This literally looks like our font. See, there's a problem, right? Lot of branding problems. Here you're using yellow for the sort of accent. Here also you're using yellow, and here suddenly you're using green. This does not look professional. Here the H is like cutting, right? And if you see, there's a lot of space that's being wasted right here, right? But really good attempt. I would definitely put him in the B tier. B or C? B tier. Okay, B tier. So Aniket, B tier. Next is by Tarang. Finally, another person who uses DaVinci. This probably would have been like Abhay trying to get a short form editor for his Instagram. Let's see.
बनाई है, लॉयल्टी नहीं. बट अगर एक सक्सेसफुल कंटेंट क्रिएटर बनना है, यू हैव टू बिल्ड अ लॉयल ऑडियंस. सो दिस इज डे 4 ऑफ स्पिटिंग 15 फैक्ट्स टू मास्टर कंटेंट क्रिएशन. वायरल कंटेंट 3-4 दिन चलता है, ज्यादा से ज्यादा एक हफ्ते, और फिर गायब. बट जो कंटेंट किसी की लाइफ में इंपैक्ट क्रिएट कर पाए, वो टिकता है लंबे टाइम. और इसके लिए बहुत जरूरी है कि आपके कंटेंट में डेप्थ हो. आपको जनता किसी एक पर्टिकुलर चीज के लिए जाने कि हाँ, ये चीज में ये बंदा बहुत अच्छा है, क्योंकि ट्रेंड फॉलो करने से व्यूज मिल जाएंगे, वायरलिटी मिल जाएगी, बट ट्रस्ट नहीं. और अगर आपको यहाँ लॉन्ग टर्म टिकना है, तो ट्रस्ट मी, ट्रस्ट इज द मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट. इसलिए वायरल कंटेंट के पीछे मत भागो, डेप्थ भरा वैल्यूएबल कंटेंट बनाओ. आप लोगों की लाइफ में वैल्यू ऐड करोगे, लोग आपकी रिस्पेक्ट करेंगे, और आप यहाँ सक्सेसफुल करियर बना पाओगे. बट सिर्फ इससे कंटेंट क्रिएशन मास्टर नहीं कर लोगे. अभी 11 और फैक्ट्स बचे हैं, उसके लिए फॉलो मी.
Okay, the typography work is really good, but still not the best, because it feels, after a point, it feels very repetitive. Like it's the same sort of transition. You could have done probably movement from the left to the right and more text-based stacking, right?
व्यूज आ गए, पर अगली पे 2000, क्योंकि आपने
You could have zoomed in the camera to his face when he's saying something really important.
वायरलिटी बनाई है, लॉयल्टी नहीं. बट अगर
Sound design is quite
एक
fine.
सक्सेसफुल कंटेंट क्रिएटर बनना है, यू हैव टू बिल्ड अ लॉयल ऑडियंस. सो दिस इज डे 4 ऑफ स्पिटिंग 15 फैक्ट्स टू मास्टर कंटेंट क्रिएशन.
This is nice. थोड़ा better हो सकता है, contrast missing है.
वायरल कंटेंट 3-4 दिन चलता है, ज्यादा से ज्यादा एक हफ्ते, और फिर गायब.
You lost the opportunity of putting text, like rotoing him and putting text in back. Now given Premiere Pro has like AI based masking, this is like really easy now. So
जरूरी है कि आपके कंटेंट में डेप्थ हो. आपको जनता किसी एक पर्टिकुलर चीज के लिए जाने कि हाँ, ये चीज में ये बंदा बहुत अच्छा है, क्योंकि ट्रेंड फॉलो करने से व्यूज मिल जाएंगे.
So definitely this is B category, but this is probably B because Abhay himself is actually good with his delivery and his lighting and all. Nikhil Sharma. Let's see.
आखिर रात के अंधेरे में बिना किसी धमाके के पूरा पहाड़ कैसे गायब हो सकता है? देखो, ये कोई मामूली चोरी नहीं, ये इंडिया का सबसे ऑर्गेनाइज्ड माइनिंग माफिया स्कैम है. गाइस, अरावली के जंगलों में ये लोग साइलेंट ब्लास्टिंग केमिकल्स का यूज कर रहे हैं, जो बड़े बड़े पत्थरों को अंदर से तोड़ देती है बिना ज्यादा आवाज किए. और अगर पुलिस की रेड पड़ भी जाए, तो ड्राइवर मशीन का ब्रेन यानी कंप्यूटर सर्किट निकाल कर भाग जाते हैं, और उस सर्किट के बिना पुलिस उस भारी मशीन को हिला भी नहीं सकती. लेकिन अगर सब कुछ सही रहा, तो सड़क पर आकर शुरू होता है द रवाना लूप होल, यानी टैक्स भरा बस एक ट्रक का, लेकिन उसी पास की फोटोकॉपी पर 50 ट्रक्स निकाल दिए जाते हैं. और इनका नेटवर्क इतना बड़ा है कि हर मोड़ पर 500 रुपए की दिहाड़ी वाला ह्यूमन सीसीटीवी खड़ा है, जो कि पुलिस पर नजर रखे हुए है. और जैसे ही पुलिस निकली, व्हाट्सएप पर कोड भेज दिया जाता है कि मामा निकल गए, और पुलिस पहुंचने तक ट्रक लेबर सब गायब. लेकिन गलती से पुलिस इन्हें पकड़ भी ले, तो हमारे सच्चे देशभक्त पॉलिटिशियंस इन्हें बचा लेते हैं. और रीजन तो आप जानते ही हो.
Whoa. It was actually so engaging. I watched till the end.
आखिर रात के अंधेरे में बिना किसी धमाके के.
First of all, his choice of the story is very curiosity driven. So a lot of kudos for picking a story that caters to a lot of audience.
पूरा पहाड़ कैसे?
Definitely After Effects work. Yeah, he just said he uses After Effects. Yeah.
कैसे गायब हो सकता है? देखो, ये कोई
This is
मामूली चोरी नहीं.
pacing is perfect. Typography.
ये इंडिया का सबसे
There's no typography.
ऑर्गेनाइज्ड माइनिंग माफिया स्कैम है.
The structure of the script is also very good. I think he's the person who edited this video. So it starts with a curiosity hook, then actually sets the context. After Effects work is like really good. This is, I want to give it like a B, but it wouldn't do justice for him. Definitely 8 years. Nikhil. Okay, we just realized that this review session went over 2 hours, and trust me when I say you're yet to see the best edits, you are. So if you want the second part of this video, comment review down below, and don't forget to hype us up. If we can get over 1000 likes in the next 7 days, we will release it by next week. By the way, if you are interested how to create viral 4K anime clips, watch this video next.
Home run, touchdown, buzzer beater, do it all now.